I wrote this book about my working life. For the time I was 18 up until about 2010, it was entitled From Hero to Zero, and the book started like this. I walk around, as I walk up and down the streets, I look at all different types of people, different ages, young, old, rich, poor, fat, thin, all different types of race, creeds and colours, but they all seem happy, sorted people going about the journey that is their life. That's how my book started. And then I went on to say, and I then used to think about myself, so is it only me then that's feeling messed up? Is it only me then that's feeling really bad and down and unhappy, and has the aches and pains that an unhappy life can give you, because it just seems everyone else is happy and I'm not? Well, it turns out from the research that I've done, and as I've lived my life further on into my life, that I found out that actually each and every single one of us is going through our own turmoil at one time or another. Robin Williams, a fantastic actor who committed suicide, I believe, a great quote from him was, "Be kind to anyone you meet because you don't know what they're going through." And I think really I found out to be true. No matter who we are, whether we're rich, poor, how old we are, whatever is in our lives, there are plenty of us that are going around like the old swan on the lake. We seem quite calm and collected and all sorted on the top, but underneath we're paddling like crazy, struggling like heck. And I found that to be true, and I saw that as a taxi driver. I was meeting different people, 25, 30 people a day, all different people, come from different backgrounds, at different stages and different wealth of fame, drug dealers, happy people, sad people, young people, old people, school people, business people. And I found out that actually most people have got some sort of issues, and many people are struggling to find their happiness. One guy I picked up must have been about the age of 34, was in Southampton. Picked him up, probably one of the biggest and best kept houses in Southampton, a really smart part of town. I was giving him a lift to the airport, and he was flying off to one of the offices that he has around Britain, and he dealt in debt. He told me, it's high risk but high gain type of industry, and obviously he was being very successful at the current time. Off to fly to one of his offices, coming out of this big house. But he told me on the way to the airport how unhappy he was. He was never at home, and the stresses and the strains, even he wasn't happy. I remember a story about, I was given a pilot lift. We used to give the pilots that bring in the ships in the Southampton Water in the Solent, and it was the day that the old QE2, if you remember that great ship, the QE2, it was her last ever sailing back into the port of Southampton, because the next sailing out was going to be her last ever, and she was going out to Dubai, where she is now currently becoming a hotel. And on the morning that she came in, the pilot, was probably having a fantastic life. And that's the thing about life. You can be having a great time, and then suddenly life can turn on you, change on a dime, on a sixpence, as the old saying is, and we can just find ourselves in huge amounts of stress and de-stress. And this pilot's probably coming up the Solent very happy, and as you turn into the Solent to go up the Southampton Water, the QE2 ran aground. She ran into a gravel bank and got stuck. Now, I was given another pilot, a lift to another ship, and I heard it on the radio, and I said to him, "Oh, I had the QE2 went aground." And he said to me, don't make a joke of this, don't make light of this. This is really serious. He said, "I know that pilot very, very well." And he said, obviously, he wouldn't want that to happen, and there'd be inquiries and everything else to follow on from this great, iconic, famous ship going aground. And he said, "I can tell you that the pilot wasn't in a good state after it ran aground. In fact, they had to take him to hospital because he was so." And this pilot was giving me such a telling, and I was starting to feel so bad that I tried to crack a joke about it. He said, "Don't you dare try and make fun of this pilot." He said he had to go to the hospital, and he spoke to the doctor. And the doctor said, the doctor said to him, I know exactly what's wrong with you. And the pilot said, what? And he said, you've got shingles, but don't bank on it. Which was the in-joke that the pilots were saying amongst themselves 1 minute after it actually had happened. And the pilot said to me that once a QE2 had run aground, within 6 minutes that story had gone around the whole world. So how do you think that pilot felt? His life suddenly was great, in charge of the iconic ship in the world, and suddenly it's gone aground, and he must have been in turmoil. So that's how quickly your life can change. To be able to combat that, you just need to make sure, we all need to be working on our positive energies inside of ourselves to keep ourselves away from negativity, so that when something does go wrong, we look at life in perspective and we don't make a real, if you like, a crisis out of the drama. And to do that, you have to have a coping method to deal with negativity that comes your way. You have to expect failure and to be able to deal with failure. The purpose of me saying all this to you is that we don't talk about our feelings. We don't talk about how we are. Most people cover up how they're truly feeling. So we look at other people when we're not feeling great ourselves and thinking, it's just us that ain't feeling good. Especially guys, we don't talk about things like this. It's not the man thing to do. Or if you do, you're some sort of wimp. It's not the sort of thing that we talk about. But feelings are really important. And to maintain a happy life, you need to be training your brain every single day in happiness, flipping the negative into a positive, removing negativity from your life. And when someone like me rocks up to say things like this, many people will just turn it off. Many people won't listen. Many people will belittle someone like me sat here talking about being happy, about how you become happy. And they could be the very people, because they could be sitting very strong at that particular time, but something can happen and they suddenly look back and realise that maybe they should, you get some help, or they should have listened a little way back. The reason why I'm sharing content, as I keep saying, is that I've been through tough times. It's not been a crystal stair for me. These are not rose-tinted glasses. I've gone through life and I've had some hits in life. I've been put down by life. I had to claw my way back. I've discovered the secrets of getting true inner happiness in your lives, and how to go out and make the things that you want to happen for you come true, how to make dreams come true. And you say that to people and they look at you like you're crazy. And I'm just sharing content in the hope that someone who needs it, if they hear something, it might be next week, next month, next year, as I keep saying, that they'll be able to draw on some words that might help them to take them to a better place if they need to have that at that moment in their life, if you're with me. That's why I'm here, that's why I'm sharing the content. If you know someone that needs help, please share the stuff that I will be sending out, because there may just be something that could help someone. Because we all need to be happy, because if we're not happy, then what's the point? Thanks for listening. Bye.